It's Tuesday, September 20th, coming up live. More teenagers than ever before are getting plastic surgery, so we're getting a view of teens going under the knife. Plus, if you want to keep your kids out of the plastic surgeon's office later, take them to the orthodontist now, because there's a procedure that'll make sure they grow up with tight skin, full lips, and a perfect profile. And we're showing off the amazing results. All that and the hot topics you want to hear, coming up live on The View.
So do you want to help make sure your child doesn't end up in the plastic surgeon's office later in life? Then take them to the orthodontist now, because there are procedures that they can have done as children that will help keep their skin tight, lips full, and profile perfect as they grow. And right now we're finding out about it and seeing some of these amazing results. Please welcome medical reporter Dr. Christine Dumas. Dr. Dumas, welcome to The View.
Welcome. Good morning. Thank you.
How is this procedure different from basic orthodontia?
You know, I've been a medical reporter for a while, and every once in a while in a medical specialty, every maybe quarter century, something happens that changes it forever, and this is one of those changes. Based on award-winning research done by Dr. David Starver and his colleagues, when you take your child to an orthodontist now, instead of just giving your child a better-looking smile, they will give them a better-looking face. And the magic of this is not a better-looking face just for when they're 14, when the braces come off, but they can design the case in a way that will make them age better. So they'll look better 30, 40, 50, and beyond.
You say that our face changes as we age. What exactly happens to the face?
Lots of things happen, and none of them are good. So it starts to droop. You lose your soft tissue support, and one of the things that happens is your lips actually start to come down, like your lower face sort of shrinks. And so if you think about it, a teenager has a smile that looks like a diamond, kind of a Cupid's bow. And as we get older, it gets more into a straight line, and we start to try and paint on that bow, right? And so that's one of the most aging things. All the lip collagen in the world is designed to make your lips look like they did when you were 13, 14.
So now you're going to show us two people now in their 20s who were one of the first few to have this procedure done over 10 years ago. The first is Blair Davis, who was 11 when she went to her orthodontist. What were some of Blair's issues with her cute self?
When your parents bring you in for what they see, and what parents saw was a space between the teeth. But she had a lot of other problems. First thing is her lips were covering her teeth already, so you were only seeing about 3/4 of her upper teeth. When she was going to be 50, if you let that continue to go, she was going to look like a little old lady pretty fast, because you weren't going to be able to see any of her teeth. She had a lot of problems in profile as well. So when you looked at her from a side angle, her front jaw was too far forward. She had a lip that curled out, and she had no chin. She had a short lower face, already kind of had a double chin, so you can imagine what that's going to look like when you're 40 or 50. So doctor looked at the results, and now we can actually see what truly happened.
And I want you all to understand, these are actual photos. This is not like what we're about to show you in a couple of seconds. This is not some little trick photography. These are actual photos of Blair edited together over the last 10 years, which show how much her teeth and face changed over this procedure, or as a result of this procedure. And it's pretty cool. You see how it's changing? So these were actual photos.
Wow.
Now tell us what's being done so you can walk us through this.
Sure. So what happened was, you're not using anything, there's no sutures, no surgery. You're still using the same things, braces, rubber bands, headgear, but it's how it's designed. So for Blair, they brought her upper teeth down. They actually lengthened her face with headgear. So it actually guided it down to be a longer face. So if these things weren't done to her, she was going to look like a little old lady way before her time.
Headgear.
Wow.
Headgear. Didn't you wear one? I did.
No.
To bed.
Never.
Luckily not have to.
No, it's rubber bands that it goes around the back of your head, and what it does is, imagine if you're driving a car, if you steer the wheel and you're going 5 miles an hour, it goes slower and you make a left turn. What it does, it helps guide it faster. So it takes you. And with Blair, key point is that your kids have a growth spurt at the age of 11. And so you can take advantage of extending a face up until taking the 11 and a half.
I want to take a look at another patient. Her name is Kim Busby. She's now 22 years old, but she was 11 when she first started treatment. Tell us what some of her concerns were.
Parents brought her in, too much crowding. One of the things you'll see, which is really key, is that in the old school, when we were younger maybe, they would have started taking teeth out. You take teeth out on her, and she's going to look really old really fast, because she's going to have a little tiny restricted face. You know how little old ladies, they start to look really old? the Julia Roberts effect, really, I mean, for lack of it, that ages really well. That's why she looks so beautiful.
That big smile.
Yeah.
Big mouth.
That big, it helps. It helps a lot. And so this is really interesting. What they did was, this middle part of your jaw seals shut at the age of 15. As long as you can get in before that, watch what happens. They can actually expand that upper jaw to make her look more like Julia Roberts. Leaves plenty of room for those teeth to come right on in. So instead of having somebody pull your child's teeth, see if they can get that expansion.
So my daughter had it. It hurts, though.
Yeah, it does
hurt.
It
hurts.
You can crank that thing. You can crank it a little bit.
Yeah.
But the end result is just
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
She was done at the age of 13. And
so how long did you have it in there?
The whole treatment, not the expanded, the whole time was only 2 years.
2 years.
So it doesn't take any longer than regular treatment. And we can
Let's
take a
see
look
what happens to
and see what she looks like now. And she's a model now. And she's going to age really beautifully because of how her face was expanded. Think about a sheet over a bed, how it's really taut.
No one's going to get
angry that not every orthodontist does this, actually.
You know what? It's so new, and I think this is going to end up being the standard of care. What parent wouldn't want this for their child?
Yeah. 100 is the new 20.
We actually have a patient here, finally, who had this procedure done when she was 11. She's now 16. Brittany Benton, like I said, is 16 years old. And now, before we get to her photos, what were her concerns?
Parents brought her in, her lips far down, you can see that already, but her whole midline was off, so her upper jaw and her lower jaw didn't match together. And so it doesn't look as serious as the other cases, but it was, because it was really tough to get that together. Also, you see these dark corners. If you see people smile, that would have been very aging down the road. So that her smile gets lengthened because her jaw is short and gets expanded, and we can take a look. It's an amazing case.
I noticed the hair gets lighter also.
And doctors are doing that now. Brittany's actually here right now, which is cool. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Well, so Brittany, you're here, and how long did this process take, and was it so uncomfortable?
Well, I started at 11 and ended at 13, so it was over before I got to high school, which was good. And nothing about it was really uncomfortable. When I got the braces on, yeah, your teeth are they feel kind of hurt right after, but it's nothing bad. I was really, really happy with the outcome and the overall appearance of it.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's amazing.
And you have a beautiful smile.
Yes,
absolutely. Thanks to Dr. Christine